And there is music, so I don't need to worry about that. This is Ways of Alchemy. This is a neat little one. I'm gonna go ahead and purge the save so that you get to see the entire beginning. Looks like the volume's okay. So we'll just get it going. As you can see, not a lot happening on screen at the moment. If people have seen like Cult Simulator, I believe it's called, and some other or various card-based games of that type, that's pretty much what this is. You combine cards to make them do a variety of things, and a lot of it is time-based. So if we combine our Alchemist with the Alchemist Inheritance, nothing happens. But if I open it, we actually get a bunch of text to read. All your life you've had strange dreams, and you think this is one of them. But holding a letter on crumpled paper in your hands, for some reason you feel awake for the first time in your life. Your grandmother left you an inheritance, a plot of land near the city, and her secret. You have no idea what it is, and you never knew your grandmother, but the acid-eaten paper feels familiar in your hands, and the attached map lures you to follow it. Drag the character card to the active slot and select Start to find out where the path leads. Yeah, that's the same text again. You can see that there's all kinds of stats and such all over the place. We now have the cluttered hut instead of the inheritance. On the plot, there's a shack filled to the brim with all sorts of things. You'll have to carefully dismantle it. Let's get that process started, shall we? It's a lot of work to sort all these things, but it fills you with excitement. Your new life is hidden somewhere here under the boxes. We got a plot of land, some turnip seeds, and the basics, including a very flickery menu. If you happen to hover over part of the menus, they freak out hard. Glorious future awaits you, but the start is not easy for anyone, especially an alchemist. Unfortunately, you received a magical grimoire that will help you figure it out. The hotkey to call it is G. The grimoire contains detailed instructions for obtaining the cards you need, and also stores all the papers and notes. Make sure that your alchemist does not die from hunger or wounds or become overtired. Explore all the available options, read the properties of the cards to understand where they can be used, and click on the card slots to find out which cards are suitable for combinations. Combination possibilities are also highlighted when you point at a slot or pick up a card. So there we go. Now we got some land to work with, we got some seeds, we got basic concepts here. We can go back into the hut and continue sorting to get more things, but first and foremost, let's make a garden here. Plow the land to make it suitable for plants. There we go, we now have a garden patch. And we are, of course, going to apply the turnip seeds to the garden patch so we can get some turnips going. We don't have any fertilizer at the moment. Now we're getting a little bit tired. Skill of the worker affects the planting time. To reduce growing time, you need to add more fertilizer. That's fine. It'll grow in its own time. For now, we'll just work the land and get this party started. There we go. Now we can just let that be its own thing, and we can go back to sorting the house out. Just keep on moving this whole process along. Because you'll notice the timer on this only moves when we're moving another timer. Found some money. And we've got another plot of land. How you misplace entire plots of land is beyond me. Maybe he's like finding pieces of information that's telling him this part of the land belongs to us or something. But it just seems a little odd. We don't have anything else to plant, but I'm gonna go ahead and plow this anyway just to move the timer along. And I assume the plowed land isn't gonna suddenly unplow itself. Okay, good, I can stack the coins. Let's stack those over here then, so they're out of the way. And as you might notice, there's a lot of space. So don't be surprised if there ends up being a lot of cards. Like a lot of cards. But we'll just keep on sorting the house for now, because we need to find more things we can work with. We finally found a rusty pot, some more money, and a book on alchemy. There are two ways to brew a potion, to use recipe or to use formula. Recipes are complex descriptions of ingredients, steps, spells, and rituals needed to make a potion. If you have it, you can make a potion with a simple knowledge of potions and following the instructions. But recipes are usually suboptimal in resource usage. Second way is to use a formula. Every potion is dependent on the first ingredient you add, and how potent is dominant pillar in this... What? That's definitely not phrased correctly. How potent is dominant pillar in this ingredient is. That's definitely not right. After adding the core ingredient, you need to add something to reach needed pillar powers, as formula states. I feel like this was translated from another language and some of the syntax is a little wacky, but it's readable and understandable. Because you are brewing ingredients without the recipe, only thing you can lean on is your pillar's mastery. To handle ingredients, you need to be at least as powerful in every pillar as the ingredients are. Individually for each, if you add 2 turnips, each of them is 2 veil. You do not need 4 veil to handle them, 2 is enough. Exact formula will be revealed to you who will brew at least 1 potion. Yeah, that's still slightly janky. Basically, brew a potion and you get the formula for it. Like, some of that's me failing to read, and some of that's the syntax being weird. Rust has made the cauldron unattractive, but you can still practice alchemy in it. And to begin, fill it with ingredient completely and start brewing. If you're unsure about the required ingredients, start with putting one of recipe inside. Oh boy. Well, we have nothing we can put in the pot right now because we don't have the turnips yet, so I guess back to sorting the house. Maybe we'll find a recipe somewhere. Oh, hey, recipes. Coagulation potion recipe, which is 3 turnips, and regenerative potion recipe. Turnip paste, and amber powder. Well, we can make turnip paste, presumably because we have turnips. Or we will have turnips. Now, let's just put these books over here, off to the side where they won't be in my way. Put this garden patch next to the other one. Pot can go over here. Recipes can stay up here. I'm just kind of organizing a little bit so my thoughts are clearer. And back into the hut we go. This place was a hoarder's delight, I guess. I could speed it up, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. Now there we go, a nana sickle. Crafted from polished bronze, this small sickle feels light and balanced in hand, yet its edge is unexpectedly sharp. It subtly enhances the wielder's ability to harvest both crops and ambient energies, gently peeling back the layers of the unseen. But for you, it's also a memento for the person you know so little about, but received so much from her. This sacred instrument will enhance your mastery of the veil. And we got a wooden mortar, which I presume would be for making the turnip paste, for example. A roughly hewn mortar carved from a piece of wood, nevertheless neatly lacquered on the inside and entirely suitable for grinding ingredients. Crushed ingredients lose some potency, but can be used to brew different potions. Sometimes more than 1 portion can be obtained. Alright. We'll need that sickle once the turnips are done. But back in the house we go. It's a little bit slower moving than I thought it was going to be, but I knew it was going to be a little slow. So, we've apparently somehow found the road to the city in the house. That's an interesting one. Explore the city fate has brought you to. Surely you will find both friends for your journey and foes who may try to hinder you. And now we've cleared the whole hut out. A hut cleared of clutter for you to arrange your small life inside. It's somewhat cozy, but if you want to hire more than 1 helper, you'll have to build something bigger. And a suspiciously locked book. This book is decorated with the same pattern as the grimoire, but it's locked with a cunning latch and something gurgles inside. If you have at least improvised library, in it you can carefully work on opening this book. Okay, so we need to get a library. I'm gonna put that with the other books for now. That with the pot. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Things are happening. We've got stuff. We can go visit the city. We are starting to get tired. Okay, so we can make food in here now. go ahead and shift that into the little square there. Yeah, we may as well go have a look around the city right quick while we're here, since the turnips are still not done. Ah, we found a pharmacy. The local potion depot founded by the Church of Three-Bodied God. They are ready to buy everything you offer them at a low price and resell it to the residents at an outrageous cost. It would be more profitable for both you and the buyers to trade without intermediaries, but convenience sometimes proves to be a decisive argument. Also, likely local nuns will gladly introduce you to religious work ethics and train you to be a better worker, for a price, of course. Okay, so that's how we get better at being productive, is we go to the pharmacy and learn from the nuns. But let's look around the rest of the actual city some more first. The Adventurers Guild. If you have enough money and space in your house, you can hire adventurers. They will assist with any task from gathering flowers to venturing to the ends of the earth. Remember, the responsibility to feed your hired worker also falls on you. They can't even feed themselves? What kind of adventurers are these? Let's see what else is in town. I mean, really now. I mean, I get paying for their food, but having to make it for them just seems silly. We found a river. Bigwater's Reina. She sometimes playfully takes offense when she's called that, but in reality she takes pride in her posture. From here, you can gather as much water as you need for yourself, your plants, and your potions. We should probably do that. That sounds like a good idea. Oh, that's a slow process, though. Let's go ahead and speed things along for a process like that, because we don't have anything else to work on or do at the moment. And it doesn't seem like time passes in any other regard, so... 3 buckets of water. So that should be helpful. Okay, yeah, we can't impact this. I wanted to see if I had to put water on the turnips to make them work better or anything. But obviously, water is not quite a fertilizer. What else is in town? Okay, so time is passing food-wise. So we found a merchant and a surveyor. Huge rows of all sorts of stuff. For now, you can buy building matter or turnip seeds here. They will certainly sell them to you for a bronze denier. But if you add more, much juicier offers can appear. Local tavern will gladly sell you some food for your coin, and if you are known to buyers, you can try to sell your own potions here. Alas, it will take a long time and be frowned upon by the Adventurers Guild. Around your cabin is an open field, but all the land near the city belongs to the king. Fortunately, the king is more interested in money than in fields. But beware, when they realize that there is demand for this land, every next plot will become more expensive. Business as usual. I've yet to see a way to sleep. Like, I can feed myself. Oh yeah, there's a thing, by the way. If I drag a coin to myself, self-salary, no need to pay yourself for work, at least not with gold. Your precious time is the only currency your fate accepts. You only wish it took money. I found that when I was testing this game, so I wanted to show that off as a thing. Because it was just a neat little bonus. Okay. I'm slightly unclear about the syntax here. Let's see what happens if I just throw a coin at them. Do I just get a random thing? Okay, yeah, because I put it in the buy materials section. So I bought stones and branches. Well, those will be useful, so I'm sure that's fine that I bought those. We have money left, but I probably shouldn't go spending it all until we know more about the situation at hand. I don't think I have a use for an adventurer yet. Especially since we can barely feed ourselves right now. Let's actually buy some food while I'm thinking about that exact statement. There we go, now we have leftovers. In the wilderness, one can always forage for sustenance from the natural world around. To many, the urban landscape seems starkly different, yet in truth, a resourceful individual will thrive anywhere. There we go, this way we have food as needed. So it looks like it also can be used as fertilizer? Yeah, it's decompostable. So technically I could use that to fertilize the garden patch and grow faster instead. And we are doing pretty well on hunger right now, so it's not the worst idea, potentially. But for the time being, I still need to keep busy. I still don't know how to stop being tired. Ooh, every scar after the second one poses risk of death. Fifth scar is unsurvivable. Gonna have to keep that in mind. Thankfully, we haven't found any ways to get injured yet, but I'm sure at some point we will. Let's go ahead and look around the city a little more. There may be more things yet to find here, since the card's still present. Oh, the forest edge, there we go. A bright forest clearing where neither rare herbs grow nor terrible monsters dwell, but it is perfectly suited for a peaceful stroll and for gathering the simplest of resources. Most challenges here can be accomplished with worker skill, but in rare occasion, basic familiarity with Void will help. Void seems concerning, but you know. Let's see. Let's put a location spot together down here. There we go. Like, this will be businesses and things like that up here, and then actual locations down here. Food can go over here with... Yeah, that can actually just stay up there for the moment. This may look disorganized, but now I know where everything is and where I want it to be well enough. So let's have a look at the forest edge before we get too tired. See if we can find some stuff to try to do some alchemy with. Footpaths that crisscross the forest edge are bordered by broadleaf plantain plants. Known for their healing qualities, these humble greens are easily spotted and harvested by those who know their value. Just a bad day. You suddenly feel bad during a stroll, so you decide to return home early. Okay, so we found absolutely nothing. But the turnips are done, and we got turnip seeds back, so we can actually just keep recurring that. So that's good. Let's go ahead and replant those before too much time passes. He is definitely getting real tired. And we do actually have housing for a hireling, so maybe I should hire someone. But that's gonna be our last coin, and I'm assuming they're gonna need regular payment. So that would be a problem very quickly. Would this work as fertilizer? It does, okay. Well, I probably shouldn't have used my only food for that, but we have the turnips to eat now, so I'm sure it'll be okay. He says, knowing that that's probably a lie, but shh, it's okay. It will probably be fine. Worst case, we can hopefully sell a potion soon in order to not be broke. Yeah, that's growing way faster now. But our hunger is definitely plummeting. Okay, yeah, it is worth food. The primary means of appeasing hunger, a ripe and juicy manifestation that the blessing of Mother Raw Earth has not yet abandoned humanity, no matter how dark the paths it may have wandered. Yeah, once we get one more turnip, we can make a coagulation potion. And that way we can actually have something to sell. And you'll notice it's going very quickly as far as the turnip growth goes, so I think that was absolutely worth doing. We're tired enough that I'm gonna kind of just hang out for a second here and let those turnips grow. Because that's a safer idea, I think, than pushing our luck. So I'm assuming it's gonna take effort to... Ooh, we got more turnips that time, too. Let's go ahead and replant those immediately, because that's gonna probably take up the last of our energy. Maybe that was a bad idea to try to replant them immediately, actually. Yeah, because we're actually gonna get hungry. Though they'll try to grab something edible, so he'll feed himself. Oh, we've got problems, though. We've got a stray dog. This creature doesn't look very strong, but it appears extremely malicious. Someone skillful with pain can defeat it, or a pain potion can help. We also have an Inquisitor. The job of the Royal Inquisitor is to ensure the safety of citizens from treacherous sorcerers, evil witches, and dishonest poisoners. In short, it is to ruin the lives of honest, hard workers of the magical craft, and to exact a bribe from them for any mistake. If you haven't committed crime, then he'll just leave. Otherwise, you better give him a bribe so as to not get under investigation. Don't just pay him for no reason, because with every bribe, his greed will increase. So he can just be ignored. He'll just piss off. The city residents are accustomed to the little hut where an old lady used to sell them alchemical substances. They aren't too concerned that you have taken her place. Read the slot name to understand what the buyer wants to purchase. Sometimes customers agree to buy something similar to what they came for. So you want a coagulation potion. Boy, have I got good news for you. Is I'm about to make one. And hopefully he'll give me a decent value for it. Except I'm still growing plants. So just hold that thought for a second. Okay, pause that. Yeah, that's fine. Avail fresh trauma if he doesn't get food. Well, good news, we have food. But he's gonna eat before he can do anything else, which makes sense. Most would eat before they need to do anything else. The dog's gonna be an issue, though. So, we're probably gonna have a complication from that. What? Oh, okay, he's currently searching for crime. You did nothing, and now the king's loyal dog will scour through your belongings in hopes of finding a crime or a poison. Well, I've got neither, so, you know, have fun looking around. How about you deal with the dog while you're here? Okay, the dog's still a turnip. That's fine, you can have that. Okay, this character lived through starvation and will now recover eventually. You can speed this process with the regenerative potion. God damn you. Losing me all this time where I could be selling something to this goddamn buyer. Wow, it's taking a long time to recover. Yeah, that's complete, so that card can go away. The Inquisitor is disappointed. Oh, the fact that I didn't find anything illegal on your farm, well, that's probably my mistake, but for now, let's assume you're a law-abiding citizen. Listen to this fucking guy. Which means you have the honor of receiving a royal order. Here, take it. And listen, this hear ye nonsense, that's just official parchment talk. Don't go thinking that it's actual public knowledge. If word gets out, our next conversation will be very short, and don't drag your feet on the job. Oh, good, so I've got a job from the king, too, huh? So you want an aesthetic, a regenerative, and a coagulation potion. Hear ye, a royal decree from his majesty, foul assassins struck at our sovereign, yet by fate and loyalty the blade met not the king, but his noble steed. Now the beast lies wounded, and the realm's finest doctors are called to its aid. They request coagulation potion to seal its wounds, regenerative potion to mend its torn flesh, and an anesthetic potion to grant it respite from pain. Let no delay hinder this sacred request, or a life so valiant shall not fade. Thus is the will of the king. It is spoken, so it shall be done. Good for you. Now, I may actually just only have this one be a half-hour demo, just because it is slow enough that I don't know how interested people are, but it is proving to be interesting. And it's becoming more exciting now that there's more timers at play here. I'm just kind of looking at the fact that we've lost a lot of time because of the starvation thing. And just kind of going, I should have done things in a different order. That's on me. But unless you are really interested in something like this, I don't think it will make for good content, is the catch to that. We lost the buyer too, so we're not getting paid. There we go, now he's back in business. Oh, a new buyer who just wants another coagulation potion. So nothing has changed. Very good. So let's see, coagulation potion go there. You go here. And then we just throw in 3 turnips. Make potion. We are gonna have a bit of a delay on the King's Order, but we were gonna have a delay on the King's Order anyway because we don't have enough turnips to make the regeneration potion. Now, don't get me wrong, this could backfire on me horribly because I'm doing it in this order. I am prioritizing getting paid over helping the king heal his horse. But I also don't know what my time limit is on this anyway, because it doesn't have a timer on it. So I'm just gonna pretend that it's fine. Oh! Okay, I thought for a second I got 2 coagulation potions. I was gonna be very excited. Here you go. Why is that timer not moving? Oh, right, his time is paused. And there's another buyer. He gave me $3 and a rumor. Hang on, last time. People relish in speaking and retelling and exaggerating and embellishing. Only Chorus can fully know how twisted this little knowledge is. But you can dare to decipher it a little. Why can't I stack these coins anymore? That coin stacked. Oh, you have to be very precise with your placement. Okay, that makes sense. And you want another coagulation potion. But unfortunately, I don't have enough turnips for a coagulation potion anymore. So that could be a problem. And I assume I need the library probably to decipher the rumor. So that's kind of dead in the water. We're also getting hella tired. But yeah, this should serve as a good enough taste of what this is for y'all to decide if you're interested or not. I'm definitely interested, but I don't think I can keep a good enough running commentary going for this right now to keep this interesting at this exact moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that one there so that we can move on to other things. And again, I'm trying to keep this moving so we can get to as many demos as possible as well. There's nothing against this game in particular. Before anybody tries to turn it into that. So I am a little bit ahead of when the ads are gonna start. So maybe I should... Yeah, we'll just let this run for another minute and see what happens. So I don't think there's anything I can get done in a minute in this game, really. I don't think he's got the energy to do that, actually. Let's go ahead and go to the market and buy food. Because if I feed him, maybe he'll stop being tired. And besides, that hunger does need to go back up. Nope, didn't help the tiredness at all. You want materials? Here, you want a rock? No. Branch? No. Turnip? No. What kind of materials do you want? I don't know what he's looking for. That one could probably do with a bit of clarity added to it, but again, you probably can... I don't know, these do count as fertilizer. Huh. Let me verify that one. Okay, yeah, that does work. Okay.